One thing we did not realize was like how quickly it was going to scale.
And within a month of that, we were like, we need a big warehouse space.
We would hear feedback like, oh my God, this experience is just so much fun.
Think of any kind of idea that someone would do in person. Now they're doing it virtually.
And we are not looking to grow right now. We just want to understand how people are using our product.
This is the story of SnackMagic, where we take a deep dive into a snack box gifting service and speak to their team, advisors, and brand partners and learn about what they did to go from $0 in April 2020 to $20 million annual run rate by December 2020. In this third episode, we'll talk about rapid learning and what they learned from their first customers and what went right and what went wrong. Let's go see.
And nobody thought that it was going to take off this fast and become way bigger than Stadium in such a short time.
One thing we did not realize was like how quickly it was going to scale, which was awesome to see, which you can imagine is like pretty much a natural byproduct of the product. Like the fact that our audience went from New York City to USA, the audience really kind of, went tenfold and, so on and so forth overnight.
So I think within first week or second week, we actually were surprised at the number of orders we started, getting into it, because I think everyone was missing the office, missing those vibes, companies were missing that engagement with the employees, because the only thing you can keep doing with the employees is keep doing Zoom, you send the gift vouchers, etc., etc. So there was no personalization what they used to do within the office.
We knew what the name was. We had a week to work on it, right? So it was okay, let's just own the magic of it, the silliness, the playfulness, and the funness of it. Came up with something, and then as we kind of realized and would hear that the experience was so fun and so exciting, and that even kids were getting involved, kids and families were getting involved, picking their snacks, just going all in with that, and our brand basically evolved that way.
So we had everybody who ordered, we made it a point to talk to them, every single thing they wrote in terms of reviews, feedback, what they clicked on, what they did not click on, where did they get stuck, if they got stuck. So very microscopically, we were analyzing each and everything for the first time, I would say 50, 60, 100 customers, And that was very, very conscious. We said, fine, we are not looking to grow right now. We just want to understand how people are using our product. And through those conversations, we learned so much.
Some of the biggest things were people wanted customization and branding, so we were able to, provide the ability for them to brand the, exterior of the box as well as the digital experience. People really wanted to, include swag inside the box, so we were able to do that, offer a swag program. And then some larger corporate customers, were really interested in, itemized receipts and, to have a dashboard to be able to track these things. So we were able to build that. And then also with larger companies, they wanted corporate billing. So we were able to provide a corporate billing process for them, after learning. And the last thing is probably just listening to virtual events, which was a new use case for us, and figuring out to build a process around timing the boxes to arrive close to an event date. And then also building a link, an open link, so that they can include this in their registration process, so that people don't have to wait until the end of a registration to have to finally place an order. People could do it, kind of simultaneously with signing up for their event.
We would hear feedback oh my God, this experience is just so much fun. It's so much fun to get to pick the things, and then you kind of forget because shipping takes a few days, and then you get the box and it's a surprise again, and the fun continues. So when it comes to the design, right, and the visuals, we were just okay, let's double down on this, make sure that we have a really easy, cool experience to go through, and it also feels that way on the digital side, not just the physical component of receiving the box.
So we learned a lot very rapidly in those first 2 weeks, and it just so happened, by week 2, week 3, we started getting a lot of inbound interest. And because it was launched as a new brand, we started getting interest from some reporters also, where they reached out just asking about what is this, when did you launch? Some of them wanted to write a story. We got a few small press pieces.
I guess just at a high level, a lot of what we have been running has been, a lot of the digital marketing efforts for SnackMagic and how to really push it out there from, SEO, some ads in New York Times and Wall Street Journal and LinkedIn ads and social ads. But what really was a major focus for us has been Google AdWords in search marketing. I think what really started to show up for us was all these new areas of focus. like virtual events, which frankly didn't exist prior to the lockdown. You think of any kind of idea that someone would do in person, now they're doing it virtually.
Yeah, so we started to get our stadium customers, which were office managers for work from home teams, and then sales professionals treating clients. But soon we needed to branch out, so we developed a process where we would get emails for companies, internet companies actually, that are in the 500 to 200 person range, and we literally just found their email and would send them a SnackMagic credit, a SnackMagic gift, and just kind of see if they would go through the process on their own. So it was a $45 credit, and we just sent it out to a lot of these CEOs. And yeah, I remember one day we started to get a lot of internet companies because that's who we were sending it to. And I sent it to him, and he sent me a thank you note, and then turned around and just immediately placed a 98-person order. And at the time, that was massive for us. It must have been only like the first month. So I thought that was really cool.
And within a month of that, we were like, we need a big warehouse space. And I think within a month, we actually moved to another location as well, which is like 5 times the size of Flatiron.
But from operation standpoint, everything was, we go and we learn every day, how to, like getting to the new warehouse from a small location to, 8,000 square feet space, and then building all the racks from U-line and different, logistical issues. And then managing 700, 900 SKUs, within that warehouse. How do we do that? So every single thing was a challenge. It is still a challenge. We're still running into a lot of operational issues as we grow.
And so I think we had to also think a lot about, the types of products that we were carrying and some of those limitations. As much as I wanted to work, we couldn't make our perishable goods work, for example. So I think learning from those pains kind of like took away from this, like we can do anything, to more like, let's just do some things really, really well. Kind of ironing out those kinks was like a lot of month 1 and 2 for SnackMagic.
Yeah, I think, definitely. I think fixing the problem on a daily basis is the one thing, and not only that, but I think fixing it from the grassroots, right? I think that's the key differentiation here. However, you have to be agile. You have to be open-minded that you can give it a shot. Without that, it will be always difficult to really explore whether this can work or this cannot work.
So I think the pain points is just like simplifying our operations, like making sure our execution is very good. So we've been focusing a lot on that. And then from a menu standpoint, I think also that kind of just goes more towards like strengthening the things that we know that we can carry and making sure that we're carrying the best of the best there.
I think that's the culture we have developed in Stadium as in SnackMagic. If something doesn't work, we should not like linger on it or wait for it, or we try everything. It's not that everything is going to work. If we feel it's going to work, we'll give it a shot. Doesn't work, we move on to something else.
So there we have it. This is around the June timeframe of 2020, when they're talking to customers every day, seeing what's working, seeing what's not, and constantly iterating and building their business. From customization to international orders, this is really only the beginning of the SnackMagic story. See you next week as we continue this journey.